going now.
Where did you live during the Great Depression?
What's that?
Where did you live during the Great Depression?
Oh, northwest of Panama.
Did you live on a farm?
Yeah.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Oh, I got 3 brothers and 2 sisters. There's 4 boys in the family.
Did you have a lot of livestock or crops?
Well, we had cows, we had hogs, we had chickens. That's about it. Milk cows, get a henty eggs.
Yeah. How old were you when you enlisted, and where did you do that at?
Oh, I really didn't enlist, they drafted me.
Oh. Yeah.
I was about 22 or 3, I don't know, somewhere in that neighborhood, 22 I think.
Yeah.
I went to, we loaded in Harlan and then we went to Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. That's where we got put into service down there.
Do you remember any stories from your training?
Huh?
Do you remember any stories from your training?
Yeah, there's some stories from your training. You pulled on KP, well, you got up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you worked till 10 at night.
Oh, wow.
And then most of the time you got up at 5 o'clock and you worked till 10 at night down in training.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's long hours.
Well, somehow or another, you were pooped when you went to bed, didn't you?
Yeah.
Homesick didn't come in.
Yeah. Did you always want to serve? Did you want to serve the country, or was it just because you got drafted? Or?
I got drafted. I didn't want to go, but I figured I had to.
Yeah.
What was kind of like your job? Like, what were you trained to do?
When was I? I was in an infantry, and to start with, they done you a lot of calisthenics, like duck walk and whatever, and then you got a lot of shots. I don't know, you probably got about every other day you got about 2 shots, and then that went on for 2 weeks. And after that way, they started taking you out on the march, and after that. Before that, it just more or less. Boy, I tell you that really, you really got stiff doing that.
Yeah. Where were you on December 7th when the Japanese hit Pearl Harbor? Do you remember what you were doing?
I was home yet.
Oh yeah.
I was home in Panama then yet.
Yeah. What did you do after boot camp? Did you go overseas or did you stay?
We had about 2 weeks. 2 weeks furlough, and then we went back to Fort Leavenworth, and then from Fort Leavenworth we went over to Fort Campadera, Oregon, and we went to Campadera, Oregon, and then from there we went up to Seattle, Washington, when we got on the boat. We was over in Seattle, Washington about 3 weeks, and then we went up to Washington, and we was there about a week, and then they put us on the boat. Went over to. They didn't really tell you where you was going.
Yeah.
We just got on the boat. And we got about in the middle of the ocean, and we run into a big storm, and man, that thing was so damn rough that about 98% of the kids were sick.
So where did they tell you where you were when you got there? Like, were you in what country?
Well, I think they probably told us after we was on the boat that we were headed that way, Okinawa. I think they did on the boat, but they didn't tell us before we got on the boat.
Yeah.
Because they probably didn't want us to ride home or something where we were going.
Yeah.
Because the war wasn't over with yet.
Mm-hmm.
The war that got over with when the water was so rough you couldn't stand up on the ship, and that's when the war got over with. I was in the middle of the ocean when they declared the end of the war. Then Virginia was down in the hospital one day, and I was in the waiting room, and this one lady was going. She says that was so miserable that this country had to put dropped them atomic bombs on Japan. I listened to her a while, and finally says, "Well, only difference is I'm here now, and I wouldn't have been if they wouldn't have."
Yeah.
She shut up. Well, that's some of my pictures from overseas and some of them from here. A lot of them were bought. I mean, some of them are from Camp Fort Riley.
Oh, what's that right there?
Certification. What is it? Camp Fannin's must be able to know was discharged from Camp Fannin, I think. I don't know, but I'd have to look at it a little different. And most of these pictures I bought. This is the camp down there, Kansas, Camp Raleigh. Here's the money we had. That's the money we spent. They wouldn't allow us to have any American money.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't want the natives to get a hold of any American money if they could help it.
Yeah. Now, is that from... Is it from...
No, that's from Okinawa. I might be rushing it a little bit there.
That's cool.
They only changed. I was over there about 16 months, or 14 to 16 months, something like that, and they changed that 3 different times.
Oh, really?
It's all about the same, but it was changed.
So, basically, like, what did you do over there?
I drove trucks.
Oh.
I drove trucks.
Were you, like, hauling stuff?
Here was the picture of the end of the war over there on Okinawa.
Oh.
They said that a lot of people got killed that night.
Mm-hmm.
Them are all tracer bullets they're shooting. About every third bullet is tracer, so there's 20 more bullets going up than that. Is that a native wagon there with a horse and buggy? I think it is. Sort of looking at it from here.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it.
There's another picture of it in there somewhere. It might be a little better than that. I don't know. This looks like the pictures in Naha. They just blow the hell out of everything. There's some pictures in here a lot better than I seen when I was over there.
Yeah.
Must have been some that, well, I don't know. I've never seen too many ladies around. There's some. Here's what the guys on our troops were overseas. Don't ask me who they are because I don't know.
Did you know anyone in your...
Oh, no, I know some of them in there. There was some from around here even.
Yeah.
Like here, their names are on there. Chuck Schomer, he lived up on West Fay. And Virgil Henschite, I don't know, I can't. Schomer, what else is there? That's Wagner. And this is the Wagner here too, on one end here. This is Chuck Kilmer. Them pictures I took the camera, but that camera wasn't. The worst of it is they sent me that camera and I didn't know the camera was a little deal about like that. And most of it I took too far away from the people, but how do you know?
Yeah.
And you couldn't get them developed over there, so you had to send them to the United States before you got them developed. And by that time, it took quite a while.
So did you get to take stuff, like some stuff with you? Or did your family just send it, or?
Well, I brought a radio back that I was sending that back, a radio, but it never worked after I got it back here. It worked over there, but it didn't work here. Why, I don't know, and I never did get it fixed, so. Some of the pictures of the island over there. What done? We drove 3 different kinds of trucks while we was over there.
Did you like transport stuff, or did you?
We just worked around. We just hauled stuff off of the ships, well, they come up to there and they're the LSTs and they drop to the front, and then we'd take stuff off of there and haul them out in the country, and some food and everything. And they had a lot of these caves, they're kind of caves-like deal. That's where they buried their dead.
Oh.
In the side hills.
Yeah.
The natives.
How were like the conditions when you were over there? Did you get like?
Well, I'll tell you what. If you wanted to get your clothes dry, you had to wear them.
That might get uncomfortable.
There's certain times of the year, if you wanted to get your clothes dry, you had to wear them. Rain, I don't know. Somewhere they wrote on one of the bulletin boards they put out, kind of like what you call a parish puts out here.
Mm-hmm.
They claim it rained 365 inches a year.
Wow.
There was a time, I don't know, towards fall or a little bit, about a month in there, it didn't rain very much. But boy, otherwise, a little cloud come up and it rained. And then them old army, they just had a little canvas over top and no sides on it or anything, and then blowed the wind in it all, blowed rain in it all the time. You got wet.
Oh.
And you worked, well, when we went over there, we worked, you was 12 on, working 12 hours, and then you was off 12 hours. Then maybe that went on for maybe 2 weeks, and the next week while you was on at night, you worked 12 hours every night. Mm-hmm. That was hard to find that place though at night, for where you're supposed to go and unload that stuff. You could get it loaded up, but to get it on unloaded, that was, I always got mine on unloaded, but a lot of boys didn't.
Yeah. What did you guys get to do in your free time, like the 12 hours off?
Sleep if you could. Well, there's a few of them played ball. I never did, but there's a few of them did have a ball. They had a partway a ball team there that they went and played ball once in a while on Sunday. Or some of them played catch a little bit.
Yeah.
I played a little horseshoe. I had 2 other, the guys quite a bit older than we were. They always wanted somebody to throw the shoes back.
Oh.
They was they were side by side, and every time they throw it, there was 2 to 3 ringers on that stake every time when they throw it. When we throw it back, they weren't on there. But they didn't. They wanted. They tried to get 2 people to throw the horseshoes back to them.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted. Well, they wanted to play with you, but they still wanted somebody to throw the horseshoes back.
Yeah.
There's the boat that I come home on, General Elton. That boat was a pretty good boat. The one went over that was a freighter ship made into a troop ship, and it was crowded as heck.
I bet.
That was General Altman, but I don't know if they get that on that camera or not.
Who?
General Altman, I think it's down there.
Yeah. And is that when you got back?
It looks like they might have took that when I got back. Yeah, I probably did. This is a little bit of family there. I think you got too much to do with the Army. Well, when you have any more questions there, you start on them, and we interrupt you. And
I don't think so. We're good then?
Not sure.